happy Valentine's Day, besties. Hope everybody's having a great Valentine's Day. Unfortunately, I do not have a Valentine's this year. I did ask my parents to get me a card, but no card as of such has arrived on my doorstep this morning. So I do not have a Valentine's Day, which is fine because I have a virtual life. So today I'm going to be forcing Sims to be my Valentine's Day, but not all of them. What if I told you none of it was accidental and the first time that my Sim saw me, I knew nothing could stop me? Here is my, once again, aesthetic version of Tea Maker. I've fallen out with Tea Maker. We are not friends. Valentine's Day. I couldn't think of a better title, honestly. And the categories we have are 100% would love to be romanced by the Sim, honestly. Like, it would be a dream. And I've included icons as well to represent that. So we have hearts because I love them. Love to be dated by them. And then next up is they could potentially convince me if I'm free. If all of my other options were gone, I could see us potentially going on a date. And I also have an alien with a love heart because the idea of love with this person would be quite alien to me. I thought that was quite fun and quite smart use of an icon if I choose this on myself. And then finally we have 100% would rather shit in my hands and clap. And I've included boxes with, well, see, I was just going to include the boxes because I thought, well, that's where, you know, the shitting would be happening. But then I noticed they had love hearts on them. So I put this red cross over them just so everybody is fully aware that there will be absolutely zero love happening here on this day. I have a lot of Sims to get through as well, so I think we're just going to have to start, babe. I think we're just going to have to make a move on with it. My first contestant to date me for Valentine's Day, Daniel Pleasant. You know, despite the last name, he's actually not that pleasant at all. In fact, he's a bit of a bitch, cheats on his wife, and his wife is a career girly, one of the only ones in The Sims 2 who have a career, and he cheats on her with the maid. Absolutely fantastic storyline. Bad guy, right? Absolutely. So Daniel Pleasant, 100% would rather shit in my hands and clap than waste any of my time on this man, this excuse of a man. Totally fine with him though. Like, honestly, he's a fun guy to play, but I don't want him to play me, right? I want my heart to be safe this Valentine's Day, guys. Next up, Dina and Nina Caliente, specifically the Sims 2 version. These are absolute icons. It would be an honor to spend any amount of time with them. So 100% would love to be romanced by the Sim. And you know what? Yeah, they may potentially be involved in Bella's murder, but by the look of them, I'd be willing, you know what? There's many things I can overlook, and I guess that is one of them. Oh, red flags are green to me, babe. Red flags are green to me. Next up, we have Dina and Nina in Sims 4. This is one red flag I could not overlook. I think these would potentially be cooler if they actually done something cool, like abduct Bella Goth or something like that. But unfortunately, they didn't slay, so they are not here to stay. They are going in 100% would rather shit in my hands and clap. I hope you guys and Daniel Pleasant have a great time. Loki Beaker. Don't get it twisted by the name. This man is not the god of mischief. This man is the god of abduction and crime. Honestly, you know what? He would fit right in very well with these, actually, but I will not date him. Listen, any person who will be able to keep a person captive and run experiments on them, just not a person that I would want to be involved with romantically in any way, shape or form. Again, that is one of the red flags I cannot overlook unless it's these two. I mean, abduction versus like literally adopting someone just to test on them. There's a difference, you know what I mean? Speaking of abductions, funny to see you here, Bella babe. Honestly, in every single game, Bella would absolutely, it's no shock, would 100% love to be romanced by the Sim. There's just something about Bella. There's always been something about Bella. It's the red dress, the high heels, the hair. I am going to, guys, I actually have my next Comic-Con book, funnily enough, and I'm going to meet your Quinn, actually, and also I'm going to be dressed up as Bella Goth. So if you see Bella Goth running around, it'll be me. I'm not wearing high heels, like I cannot wear high heels. So there you go, you go up there. You are just iconic. You are the face of the Sims franchise to me. No one can replace, no one even comes close to your storyline, babe. Cassandra. Originally, I thought that could potentially convince me if I was free, but then I was like, this, and specifically Cassandra in The Sims 2, because she's an adult Cassandra in The Sims 4, not included on this list, or Cassandra in The Sims 1, and also not Cassandra in The Sims 3, because she was but a twinkle in her father's eye, which is what my parents called me before I was born. But this little goth bitch, absolutely 100%. I would like to be romanced by you, darling. I really think Cassandra could use it, because, spoiler alert, but The Sims 2 has been out since literally, like, I don't know, 2005. She gets left at the altar by none other than Don Lothario. I would like to romance this Sim. You know, I'd like to let her know that just because Don is the Andrew Tate of the Sims franchise doesn't mean that that's the only love that she can get. I could show you a better time. That is quite Don of me to romance the mum and the daughter, though. That is also what Don was doing, unfortunately. Don honestly gets about. Next up, you might not recognize him, but this guy is Gunther Goth from The Sims 3. You know what? Something about his look intrigues me. You know what? I'm not going to go 100%. I'm going to put, you're the first one in. Could potentially go with you. You know what I mean? I think something about you, it draws me in, babe. It does. It draws me in. Sticking with the goth theme. Mortimer. I'm unsure on this man, and you know I am, because my opinion on this man changes on the daily. Was he involved? It's very suspicious that now he's with one of them. I mean, that age gap is potentially a bit problematic, Mortimer. But also, Sims 1 Mortimer is iconic, but we're not talking about Sims 1. Honestly, Sims 2 Mortimer can absolutely get... I don't care if your wife went missing. You had a great sense of style and you lost it. Just like he lost his wife, honestly. Maybe that, you know what? No, I'm not feeling anything towards you, Mortimer. I would rather shit in my hands and clap than go on a date with you. If I went on a date with you, you'd probably never see me again, because part of me does think he orchestrated it all. But also, he did love his wife. I don't know, guys. It's all very fishy, but I'm not Velma, so I will not be solving that case today. Next up, the Pancakes family. And yes, I included both of these, but this is like kind of sleuthy. Maybe I am Velma today. I would date both of these at the same time out of sheer curiosity, because I just want to see the inner work into their relationship. And if I have to insert myself into that, that is something I would love to do, actually. Next up, the man, the myth, the legend. Honestly, I know what going on a date with Don would entail, and it would entail misogyny and a questioning of my human rights. I know that I'd land on the date and he'd go, you didn't have to wear makeup for me, baby girl. And that would honestly, this man sets off my fight or flight responses. So you are going in 100% would rather shit in my hands and clap. Unlike Agnes Crumplebottom, specifically the Sims 3 version of Agnes Crumplebottom, not the older one of Agnes Crumplebottom, because to be honest, I know that we're both bitter, but I don't want to be hit with sewing needles, do you know what I mean? Although maybe I would. You don't know. I wouldn't like to be hit with sewing needles. I would just like to be hit with just an ounce of peace, actually. Agnes Crumplebottom, 100%. Honestly, you've had a really, really, really hard life. So I would love to be romanced by you, babe. I'd love to romance you. I'd love to give you everything. I really would. I really, really would. Brandy Broke, I love you. This was my favourite family to play in The Sims 2. I loved Brandy Broke. I think they could potentially convince me if I was free. I don't think you'd be one that I'd be like really gunning for, mainly because you're pregnant and I don't want to be a mother. Listen, I'm very, very maternal, but no. Although, I'm going to move Agnes down here and put it next to Brandy Broke, because these two have both suffered loss. And do you know what? Oh, guys, I'm being Cupid right now. Oh my God, POV, you Cupid. I'd be like, oh, sorry, I would love to, but I really can't make it. But I know the perfect person for you. And then I'd set these two up together. And then Brandy has kids and she's pregnant and Agnes has always wanted to be a mother. That's it. You know what, guys? I would love to date you, but I just think it would be selfish of me, actually, to undertake a date with you two. I'll just set you two up with each other. 90-day fiancé, if you will. Betty and Bob Newbie. These are going to be categorized separately together. Bob, I'm sorry, 100%. I would rather shit in my hands and clap than go on a date with you. Listen, my sister's got 2 boys, right, and they're children. I already have to look after 2 children sometimes. My sister's literally in the living room next to me, and she'll probably go, no, you fucking don't. But I do sometimes. Oh, I have been known to on the rare occasion. Anyway, I don't want to have to look after a man-child, and as iconic as Bob is, he kind of is, you know what I mean? It's hard enough to look after me. So no. Betty, on the other hand, Betty, I love you so. You're an icon, you're a legend. Actually, I'm going to put you in. You could potentially convince me if you're free, because I love you, but is that platonically? Do you know what I mean? Like, I think it might take me some convincing. Unlike the Night Wraith, like, you might be shocked. Actually, I don't think this will be probably the least surprising thing that you'll hear out my mouth. I would love to go on a date with the Night Wraith. I would love for the Night Wraith to, oh my God, with all the smoke, and I wouldn't even have to look for him in the restaurant, because I just see his eyes glimmering out towards me. I would absolutely love to be romanced by you. And you wouldn't even have to worry about making me feel sad, because I have depression. You know, it's honestly... Oh, it would just work out so well. Similarly, Bornhilda, absolutely. But you are kind of... I'm going to swap places with you. I mean, this is just a random order, apart from Bornhilda. Like, I just want everyone to know Bornhilda is first. She was my first love, my only love. I love you, Bornhilda. Bornhilda, you could bone me, and I would allow it. Sims Burglar, listen, I just couldn't... like, iconic, yes, but I couldn't be on a date and hear that noise in the background, right? Because it follows him everywhere he goes. I could not have that noise in the date. I'd have to go, no, I'm sorry. Nessie. You know what, Nessie? You know what? I'd love to be romanced for you. Ever since I learned of your existence, or potential existence. Although I'm a Nessie truther. I don't really think that I am, actually. But hypothetically, I could be. You know, if I saw Nessie. I mean, I've seen Nessie. She's in the game. So, Nessie, I could be on a date with you, babe. I could. The social bunny. Now, you might be thinking, because of the absolutely other unhinged NPCs that I put up there, that I would go on a date with them. Absolutely not. It's in the name, babe. Social. One thing about me, not not that. No. One thing about me, you might think I'm social by my videos, babe, but honestly, I save up my words for recording. If I'm gaming with my friends and I know that recording next day, I'll be like, I'm gonna have to be on mute, guys, because I want to record tomorrow. I've got to save my voice. Fun being autistic, honestly. It's quite fun. Jeffrey Landgrab, you can absolutely get. You know what? I fell out with Jeffrey anyway, but especially since my last video that I recorded of Squid Game, this man has absolutely no place to even exist at the minute. That man should be dead, and I really do believe that. That's a bit harsh, okay? But technically he should be. He did not deserve that win, and he's a wife killer, and I really do believe that. Watch my last video if you don't get that reference. Buzz Grunt. Do you know what? I don't think that I could go for a military man. I really don't. But also, I do think sometimes I think that, like, I get this urge to sign up for the Royal Navy, right? Because I couldn't be in the army. Absolutely not. I could not. I can only pew in games, thank you. But the Royal Navy does intrigue me sometimes, because I'm like, I would just love for someone to just tell me when to wake up, tell me what to do at each point of the day. Like, I really think I could thrive on that routine, but I don't think, no. I don't think I could. I mean, can you play The Sims if you're in the Navy? Potentially not, so I don't think it'd be a good match. Do you know what I mean? So no, I don't think that is for me. Although I did, you know what? During my YouTube career, I did actually apply to be a photographer for the Royal Navy. Did not hear back, actually, so fuck the Royal Navy. This man, he's actually really loyal to his wife, and his wife was killed. He actually tried to do something about it. So, you know what? I'm not usually there for a military man, but I do feel like he would love me. But also, you've got a weird relationship with your sons. Like, you do push your sons a little bit. But you know what? I wouldn't be your son, would I? Pascal. I would love to put you in there, but I do fully believe that you are in a relationship with nervous subject, and I don't want to ruin that. Also, no. Okay, do you know what I mean? It's a hypothetical. I would love to go on a date with you, Pascal. Pascal, I adore you and your entire family. I really like you. I really do. I would love to just shoot the shit with you, as some people say. Listen, as much as I absolutely adore every single thing about this woman, literal girl boss, right? She believed she could, so she did, and everything. Past experiences, she has killed every person she's ever been with, so I'm going to have to avoid it like the plague. Be relieved, I'm so busy. No, because I do want to see The Sims 5 at the end of the day, and if Olive killed me, I wouldn't be able to see that. Vlad, Daddy Vladdy, honestly, I'm gonna have to put rather shit in my hands and clap, because you know that he'd leave the date halfway through, go knock on some random person's door, and that's just not full attention on me. And on Valentine's Day, absolutely not. Liberty Lee, yeah, you could convince me, Liberty Lee. It's the top, I think. Nancy, honestly, I still would rather shit my hands and clap. Like, I'm sorry that your husband murdered you, I really am, but like, I'm sorry that grandma died you, I really am. Johnny Zest. You know what? I love you, Johnny Zest. I would love to be romanced by you. I really like his outlook on life. And he has a daughter in my mind. I know that's not canon, but in my mind, Johnny Zest is a father, and he absolutely loves his daughter, and he would do anything for his daughter. Listen, Cyclone Sword from The Sims 3. I'm going to say it, right? Obviously, a gamer. We'd get on great. He would probably say to me that The Sims isn't a real game, and then I'd say, well, how many fucking hours have you got in World of Warcraft? Nope. And then I'd show him my hours in The Sims, and you know, I think we could build quite a rapport after that. And I'm gonna stick beside him. I have 2 types of men, right? I have the Mr. Darcy type. I have 3 types of men. I have the Mrs. Darcy type, I have the long-haired traumatized type, and I have the gaming nerd. That's my 3 types. I don't have a type. My type is Mr. Darcy and Geralt of Rivia, the Butcher of Blaviken, and Eddie Munson and Bucky Barnes. Listen, my only type is fictional, okay? Pollination Technician 9. Honestly, this man's intrigued me ever since I was a child. I've absolutely been obsessed with him. I've loved him. He could, but not necessarily in that way. There is a bit of an age gap there. And you knew me when I was a child as well, when you were an elder. But you could potentially convince me, do you know what I mean? Like, I'd go on a date with you for shits and gigs, just to see what it's like. Just to hear about your life, honestly. Like, it doesn't even have to be romantic. It can be a Valentine's Day, you know? And finally, nervous subject. Absolutely. I'm gonna, you know what? I'll put you next to your lover, so you can be together. I would absolutely love to take you out on a date, honestly. Again, I'd just like to show you a good time, you know what I mean? Not even in that way, so don't make it fucking weird, please. Just I would like him just to experience good things. I want the only good things from nervous subject, because if you're curious, this is who Loki had in the basement. Bitch. And I really do believe that. So, at the end of it, I've done quite well, do you know what I mean? Quite a lot of dates to get through, actually. I'll have to check my calendar for you all. But I'm quite happy with the placement of them. Yes, this pleases me. That is everything that I have for you today. Let me know who you would date or not date. And if there's anyone that I haven't mentioned that you would like to take on Valentine's Day, fuck Daniel Pleasant. I love you all so much. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see ya in the next one. Bye, beach.